So visualization of the viral particles, how we can see the virus particles, how we can see the virus, and how we can see the different particles included in the viruses. As we have already studied that viruses are the smallest entities, but we can say that it is not the smallest entities, but they are not visible through the simple microscope. We have to use the electron microscope to see the different kind of viruses and to different their sizes and their structure, their diversity. The viruses are really versatile type of organisms present in the world. So as far as the size is concerned, and as far as the sizes of different relative sizes of the logarithmic scales, we can see from this slide that the size of the atom is 0.1 nanometer, and similarly the size of lipids is a little bit bigger than the 1 nanometer, and proteins, they are just in between. Maybe you can say the 5 nanometers, you can say they are in between from the 1 to 10 nanometers. However, different kind of proteins are present, and similarly their size will be different, and it varies from protein to proteins. But as a general principle or as a general rule, we can see that about 5 nanometers of the protein size is. Then there comes the flu viruses. This is the first virus we take in this, as we have already studied that actually the viruses are also versatile type of organisms. Their size varies from maybe about 27 nanometer, or maybe smaller than the 27, and then 300, 400, 500, maybe the prions and the other viruses, they are the biggest viruses. Then the flu virus we have given the just for the example for the logarithmic scale. Flu virus is about the 100 nanometer, and then we can see the bacteria, that is 1 micrometer. Similarly the mitochondria, they are about also the same as far as the bacteria. Then the animal cells are present, which are about more than 10 nanometers to not nanometers, micrometers to 100 micrometers. The plant cells is also about the similar size, but their structure is of course quite different, but their size is, you can see, about the 50 micrometer size of the animal cells and the plant cells. Similarly then comes, we can see the human egg, which is present in the female body, and which is more than 100 nanometer, maybe about 140, 135 to 140 nanometers, maybe a little bit about the size of the human eggs. The frog eggs is quite big. Now we can see about the millimeters. It's about 1 millimeter in size. Then the 10 millimeter in size. Then the chicken eggs come that are quite big, of course, maybe about 50 millimeter or in their size about. Then the ostrich egg, that is quite big, and that is about 100 millimeters. Adult male. So these are the different sizes which we can just to differentiate between different viruses and the bacteria, mitochondria, animal cells, and human body, that logarithmic scales, and there are different sizes which are present, and which viral particles. Viruses are very difficult to see, so we have to visualization of the virus through the electron microscope. As we have already studied that shape of the viruses varies greatly from the smaller size to the biggest size. Here we can see again the bacteriophages. There are T4 bacteriophages which are 2 to 5 nanometers in size. Then the influenza virus, that is 120 nanometer. Then Ebola, 970 nanometers in size. And then the pithovirus, which is the 1500 nanometer in size. So these are the different sizes which are different affecting different mechanisms of the body, different mechanisms of the host of the body. For example, these are also affecting in the pathogenicity of the viruses. If the host, if the virus size of the virus is bigger, maybe it is the more pathogenic as compared to the smaller size. Maybe it is also not the basic principle or basic rule, but you can say, just like we can take the example of the coccidiosis, Emeria tenella is smaller, and Emeria maxima. There are 4 very prevalent species of the coccidiosis species Emeria, which are prevalent in the chicken: Emeria acervulina, Emeria maxima, Emeria tenella, and Emeria nicatrix. So Emeria maxima is the biggest in size as far as the structure is concerned. Similarly, as far as the pathogenicity is considered, the pathogenicity of the Emeria maxima is also more, and it is more immunogenic and produces more pathogenicity as compared to the other parasites of the same species. Now the general morphology of the viruses. we will study the morphology little by little, or maybe in detail, as far as the all viruses are concerned. And this is the part of this course that we will study one by one about the whole about all the viruses and their genomes. However, just for the introductory point of view, general morphology of the viruses. So viruses can be a complex kind of structure. Maybe you cannot define them, that what kind of virus is this, just like we see them see there one by before. And they can be icosahedral, or they can be helical, or they can be complex kind of the viruses as prevalent. Just like, for example, this viral structure, this is the bacteriophage. This is again the T4 bacteriophage, which is about 2 to 5 nanometer in size, and it is the structure is just in front of you. Similarly, the tobacco mosaic virus and the HIV viruses. These are three viruses which are just in front of us, and their size, their structure, everything is versatile and diverse from each other. Just like the bacteriophage structure is quite different as compared to coiled and DNA type virus of the tobacco mosaic virus, and similarly the human immunodeficiency virus is just different from each other. So this is the visualization of the viral particles, and this is the diversity which is present in the viruses.